is I'll be watching a movie and like it's a comic book movie, and Dana, my wife is very excited to be excited at the things I'm excited about. If that makes sense. But she isn't quite well versed in nerd things. Yeah. So like something will happen on screen and she'll get excited thinking that it's gonna get me excited, but the reality is it was a stupid scene, and I'm like, and she's like, that was cool, right? I'm like,
You know what so I haven't seen the movies, but in my mind, just like you striving for this movie to be so good is like Venom, when you're like, come on, man, Venom's a good character. Just fucking give it to me. Give me what Venom is. And she's like, you like this, right? And you're like,
I'm like, I'm so sad.
I'm so disappointed right now.
I may drive off a cliff like on the way home.
Like, how do you constantly and repeatedly fuck up a great Marvel character?
Dude,
he's so fucking badass, and he's just shitting on him the whole time.
Oh my gosh, I felt the same way watching Dark Phoenix. I was in the theater
I didn't watch it.
I saw that shit in IMAX. I was
I'm gonna go get the papers.
I was wearing
Sophie was riding her fucking Game of Thrones high. She was fucking. They brought.
I was so excited, and I was like, "Ooh, look at this thick red."
The scenes where she's like walking out of the Hellfire Club, and you're just like, "Oh, what the fuck are you guys?"
When she started Pinocchio and Charles up them stairs, I was just like, God damn, what is this?
But that's, if we're gonna get into this, like that's what my problem has always been with like the fucking X-Men series. They don't do that shit, right?
Oh my gosh! I waited for Dark Phoenix for 2 years.
Famke Jensen's Phoenix, fucking.
They had already ruined it.
Killed Cyclops right the fuck away. It's like,
immediately. Goodbye, James Morrison.
I know. Like, here's your punishment for coming out as Superman. Bye bye.
Right? Like you did shitty Superman and nobody liked it, so now you got to do this. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, you went out like
for no reason. Like to tie this to our other conversation where we're talking about like keeping your fingers crossed for shit to be good. Dude, like when they start doing fucking X-Men again and they fuck it, that like they better deliver this time. That you have no excuse, and like the X-Men is my shit. Like I would watch the fucking so in the 90s Channel 5, for those of us who live in Los Angeles, that was before what WB was or the CW. Like they would show the fucking Fantastic Four cartoon, they would have fucking Iron Man cartoon. And that was cool. They were great. They were alright. They didn't fucking touch the X-Men. The X-Men was the shit. They would, like, even in that X-Men cartoon, if you never saw it, they would have, like, hey, there's X Factor. They wouldn't say who the fuck that was. You just see, like, fucking characters show up, and you're like, dude, this is so fucking cool. And then you give us dog shit, like, year after year.
You know what's cool, too, as well? They gave us... there was always a reason not to kill them. Like they took everything out on the Sentinels and those died, but like that episode where they fought Cable, there wasn't like nobody died. It was always like on the verge of somebody getting whatever, but nobody. They figured out a way.
They even introduced a character like that wasn't in the comics. It introduced Morph, and you fucking fell in love with Morph, and you cared for the shit that was happening to him. It's like, oh shit, fucking Sinister got him. He's fucking bastard Sinister, and then like save him, and he has to go away because he's fucking damaged from them. Like, dude, like fuck you, make a good X-Men movie. Like you did a good job changing it when you had like Days of Future Past, and then you fucking
First Class was good. Except
First
for that.
Class was okay. The only thing that pissed me off about it, like, there's a couple things that pissed me off about it. But they fucking made Havoc older than Cyclops. It's like, oh.
Get back to Havoc over there, fucking Hulu.
Get the fuck out of here, you fucker.
Yeah, there was a couple of Havoc. But Havoc was a disappointment for a lot of reasons.
It was weird.
But Days of Future Past, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I was like, oh my God, we're back. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Rectified everything.
I was like in full, like, so. If you're gonna ask me what like X-Men movies are good, that's it. Days of Future Past. I'll give fucking First Class a fucking C. Logan stands on his own like a solid
Yeah.
fucking A. Like,
Sure. Yes.
you
Then
cannot
we end
touch
up with
that.
Apocalypse. Oh.
Oh, and that movie is not. Dude, I
He
fucking
said
love.
Age of Apocalypse?
I said he's like Days of Future Past, and I'm like led directly to.
Oh, it led to. I thought you said, what about Age of Apocalypse? I'm about that shitty movie?
No.
And
Oh.
I fucking love what's her face? Who plays Psylocke?
Oh,
Olivia Munn.
Olivia Munn?
Olivia. Dude, I have such a crush on Olivia Munn, and that movie sucked so bad. Oscar Isaac's in it for everyone's fucking girl crush,
Oh.
and that movie sucked so bad. That was an awful. Like, how the fuck do you fuck up Apocalypse out of all characters?
Yo.
God.
And to knock him out in one film, too. Like,
Oh my God.
he's a big bet. Like, God. Anyway.
And this started off with seasons.
I don't know. We're on tangent mode, bro.
Yeah,
When you concentrate on the story instead of, well, Havoc has to show his fucking power. Like, don't concentrate on people's power. Like, fuck, when X-Men 1 first came out and you knew that was Jubilee, but you didn't show any of her fucking powers, we were like, you know what I mean? We were like,
Oh,
fucking,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Or when we knew, like, that's going to be blah, blah, blah. That's going to be blah, blah, blah. Like, we thought, oh, you're creating a world where, like, yes, that's going to be in part 2, that's going to be somebody, blah, blah, blah. But it would always be in part 2, we need to book whatever, the new hot guy, the new hot girl, but you already showed us who that was going to be, and then you fucking changed it on us.
The one thing that sucked about it is like you had a template with the animated series, and you don't have to follow it straight up. And then it's like they married like Jubilee to take over Rogue's character.
Yeah.
So they made it like
Yeah.
one the same.
Yeah.
She
Absolutely.
was like, yeah.
She's the adolescent character. We'll see the world through her eyes. Like, and
Which I love Rogue as a character, and I like what the fuck, I so can't think of their name right now. Suki.
Anna Paquin.
Yeah, thank you. And I love Anna Paquin as an actress, but it's like you could have made it still important and not have her take over Jubilee's role.
mm,
And that would have been even cool if, because even in the cartoon, it's Jubilee that kind of, you know, like, I don't want to see she's the mother of Jubilee, but she, you know what I mean? Like, she was like the big sister, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
get her out of here, but she was kind of like, don't listen to him, honey. Like, you could have totally had that as a role, and I don't know, man. Fucking A. But I'm shitting on the movie that we did like. But just if you concentrate on the story and not, well, that's that person and you have to show his powers, all you really need to show is like, oh, she's wearing a yellow jacket. We're gonna conclude in our head, even if it's not true, that
Jubilee.
that's true.
and you wait for the credits, and then you see Jubilee in the credits. They're like,
Right.
it was her. So in conclusion,
Sorry.
we are all sick of lazy writing. But what's interesting is that it worked once upon a time. Like X-Men 1 didn't have the best writing, but we enjoyed it because it was the first of its kind that we saw.
Yeah,
And same with the first Spider-Man. Like the first Spider-Man has some of the most cringiest lines. But it was also the first time we got to see something like that. So it was like we were just in love with the idea that these comic book / cartoon characters are on the big screen, right? And it feels like people are just like, oh, they'll be happy to see it. Like, no, that time has passed. We've seen so much. We need a good storyline now. But
Yes.
yeah. So good storylines. Please, if you guys are
In
listening.
conclusion.
Yeah, the difference, okay, last thing I'll say about it. The difference between, okay, so we saw Green Goblin in the Spider-Man 1. We accepted it because it's the first of its kind, but we all know there was cheesy. I had nothing to do with it, but memes came out of it. There's a lot of fucking things that came out of it.
Something of a scientist.
But No Way Home,
So I'm a scientist myself.
there's No Way Home, there you can show how brilliant Willem Dafoe really is,
Oh my
as
god.
opposed to bad writing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking convinced him everything was okay and then fucking stabs him. Like, fucking dope. Sorry. Yeah, yeah.
No, no need to apologize. I was gonna say I don't think it was necessarily bad writing. I think Sam Raimi purposely made it cheesy to be like tongue-in-cheeky, comic booky. So I don't think maybe I'm giving him the
No, you might be right. I mean, well, it's you know what? I don't think it was all Sam Raimi's fault. It was also like Tobey Maguire doesn't have
delivery.
the delivery to be like
That
Spider.
motherfucker did secretary. What was the name of that fucking
Secretary Seabiscuit.
Seabiscuit,
Yeah,
Secretariat.
yeah.
You're thinking of fucking
BoJack.
BoJack
That's fucking
Horseman.
BoJack Horseman.
Secretariat, right? He doesn't have fucking word. But he doesn't have that quick, charming, like the chops to do it. So like that scene, one of the cringy scenes that I think of is like, you're the one that's out, Gobby, out of your mind. Get out of your mind. That was such a. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Like that was the take. That's the take that we're like, that's going in the film. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Loved it.
but you see, but then you mentioned Garfield.
Andrew Garfield, he could have pulled that shit off.
Oh my god! Like when
Before
he's
the video.
talking to like the dude that's like stealing cars or whatever, he's like it's so simple. Like it came out, it flowed, it was well, but it's Tobey Maguire just didn't have that, you know. But I mean,
Is not Spider-Man. I don't know what to do with my hands. You want to go to dinner? But as Spider-Man, he was very, like you said, like dimensions there.
yes, yeah. Oh god, so good. But so when they tried to do that with the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, it just didn't feel comfortable. But we're all just like, he's swinging around, guys. It's cool. Like, let's keep watching.
Tobey Maguire's not a quippy guy. It's not
All
quippy.
of them they showed all of their characteristics of how they were different, but how they were the same. When they talked, when they said the same things at the same time, the essence of Peter Parker was there. It's just, I'm a nerd, I'm sarcastic, I'm fucking 12. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it just fucking works. But it took this long for it to be like, and
scene.
It was coming, but it was so good. Man, I love it.
God, it's such a good movie.
It was so good. My theater exploded when they came on scene. Oh, it was great. It was great.